Okay, are we ready, boys?
Well, I don't know. Our Scott said you flat.
Are we ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Straight out of the blocks for this one.
Okay, straight out of the blocks. Let's go. Guys, welcome back. This is episode 2 of the Thomas Brother podcast. What's it called again?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, no, it's right. It's right.
What's
Go
it
on.
called?
At
Thomas?
home with the Thomas Bros.
Episode 2.
Oh, my God. You had one job.
I can do this. I can do
Go
this.
on.
Welcome back to episode 2 of
99 to beat.
Oh, my God.
At Home with the Thomas Bros.
Way!
Let's go. I've always
Welcome.
wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I don't even
Wait,
know what they're used
You've
for.
worked on television for about 20 years.
I know, yeah.
And you've never done
And
that.
now we've got our own one on our own podcast.
Oh, bless
Way!
Well, welcome back. Can I just mention something? I don't know why. I just think it's so cute. Adam's got these matching socks on. Every time he comes on the podcast,
I'm making an effort.
he's got
To be
real.
fair, though, the first ever, they weren't matching. They were just loud.
Just blue. Well, they were quite
Even to
expensive.
the point where the producer went, can we change Adam's socks?
They were really expensive
And
socks.
Scott looked and went, no, they're fine.
Yeah, I'm basically after like a bit of a campaign with any sock brands out there. So if you
Yes.
want to get involved, call me.
This is a weird one. But welcome back to a second episode, guys. The first episode was a vibe. You
Yeah.
guys loved it, which is a really...
I wasn't too sure.
Yeah.
Well, it took you a while to get one. I've said to the boys today, right, we're coming straight out of the blocks on this podcast, right? Where energy is going to be up. And this podcast is all about getting to know the real Thomas brothers, yeah?
I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I think that everybody expects us, especially you, to be like this happy, bubbly bundle of joy all
So
the
what do you
time.
want me to be?
Are
Depressed?
you always happy? Yeah.
I'm happy.
Have you ever? This is what
You're
I
gonna
want to
ask me what my
actually. This is
purpose
I wanna
is
ask.
as well.
Like, I want to know if anyone's ever seen the wrong side of you. Like, have you ever lost it with anyone in the streets, or have you ever?
Lost it laughing, but no,
Never
not
ever. So you've never really been really to the point where I'm going to lose it here now. Can you think of any moment that people may have never seen where Adam Thomas
Nah,
loses it?
I've never kicked off.
Never.
Nah.
Not at work. At
Nah.
Warley Road.
Nah, never.
No?
He never,
Never,
Oh,
mate.
I'd love to.
Who would I be kicking off with?
He's
What do you
such a
mean?
liar. If anyone at home.
The only people that I would ever kick off with is you.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like Caroline.
Yeah, Caroline.
Caroline. Come
No,
here.
no. We don't want to get her on the
Caroline.
podcast. We'll
This
save
is
that
why-
for another
you know,
episode.
This is why we wanted to do it at home, so we could bring in people like Caroline.
Yeah, not right now,
And
though.
I'd just love to know
The
the
truth.
last time that you lost it with Caroline. Now, I'm going to try and get her in at some point, but let's carry on. Go on.
Yeah,
Well,
so,
go on.
that's a good point because at the start,
I'm going to do it to you.
that's a good point. So at the start of every episode, we are going to talk about one thing that we shouldn't really admit, but we're going to do it anyway. And I think Ryan, you wanted to talk about today about you lost it with someone recently, right?
Ryan's
But
always
you know,
losing
the
it.
problem is you say things off camera, then it's like I'm just going to bring it to the surface on a podcast. It was supposed to be like a private conversation between us that I lost it with someone, not to the general public who think I'm a really happy, nice guy.
Yeah, but you should know by now, Ryan, there is no private conversations between us.
Okay.
Oh, wait a
Okay,
second.
we've got to
Okay,
get it
wait a
out in the
second.
open.
Where's it? Caroline's just walked in.
Oh,
Right.
no.
Oh, my God.
Caroline.
Why?
Right. The reason, the reason,
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know
the
what's
reason
going
we
on.
want to do this podcast at home is because it's nice to have someone like yourself just interrupt and just
I've got all
clear a
nervous
few
and
things
sweaty.
up that we want to know about certain people within this podcast. And we're talking about like, you know, have you ever lost it with anyone? And they're asking me if I lost it. I lost it with someone on holiday. I'll get back to that in a minute.
Okay.
But what I want to know is, Adam is obviously comfortable with me and Scott, so he loses it with us. And I said, what about Caroline? Do you ever lose it with Caroline? Because everyone thinks Adam's really happy-go-lucky guy. Like,
When was the
look,
last
he's
time?
dying here.
He's screaming.
He's dying.
Listen, I
Look,
just
he's
want
getting red.
I want to know because I don't know the answer to this. We don't argue that often, but
Okay.
what I'm saying is when we do, no, it's true though.
Not what
isn't
Lucy
it?
tells me.
We don't argue that often, but when we do, when was the last time that we argued?
Why am I squirming?
I know I am. I'm like really uncomfortable with this.
Speak into the mic, Caroline.
Okay, sorry.
Don't hold back. This is
Oh,
a
I
podcast.
know, I
No,
know.
let her answer.
We were on holiday.
No, let her answer.
We were on holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Don't
We
try
were
and
on
make
holiday.
it sound better than what
Let
it was.
Caroline
Let
describe.
Caroline do
Right,
it.
I'll let you decide.
Get near the microphone, please.
Sorry, Scott, I think you might actually know this
Yeah, I
story.
do.
I don't.
It's been a bit of a family topic, right? You've only just got back, so you don't know.
Oh, here we go.
Lucy,
I'm
I've
dying
just told
here.
on the phone. She
Oh, I
agrees
know
with
loads
me.
about you.
Oh, of
Adam.
course she'd agree with you. And probably all the listeners will agree with you as well.
So,
God.
we were getting ready. Of course, I was the one sorting the kids out, and Adam's just sat there having a drink.
Drink?
So we get to the table.
Old fashioned.
That's not your vision, was
Oh
it?
yeah, that's what you like.
what Scott was
So
telling me.
anyway, so we get to the table. This lovely man was sitting us down to the table. Me and the kids sorting out, sitting down, and then Adam goes, "Can I have an old fashioned?" And that's it. The man goes off. And I was like, sorry, did you just order yourself a drink without asking
Ryan
me
loves this.
and the kids?
I'd never do that.
And I went, Adam, that's rude. And he went, rude. You're calling me rude. Everything I do for you, and you think I'm rude. I said, no, it was a bad one. So
No, it wasn't that. It was the fact that she's calling me.
right,
No.
She was calling me rude.
let me talk. That's
And I
me
was like,
being
do you think
rude.
I'm rude?
So I said, I'm not calling you rude. I said, what you have just done in that scenario is rude, and you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't order yourself a drink without asking.
No. The
No,
guy
like,
hadn't even
how
sat us
would-
down. Bearing in mind, we'd had a drink at somewhere else beforehand.
You had.
I
We
had.
were thirsty.
Yeah. And they were sitting us down.
Children were
And
in
before he sat us down, I was like, mate, because I know old fashions can take a while to make and to bring over. So I was like, I want a drink now. So I was like, mate, can you get us an old fashioned as well while you're out on your way? And so he went off, and then she called me rude, and I was like, babe, he's
Meanwhile,
good.
your children
When he
are
bring
dying
when he
of thirst.
when he comes back
Exactly.
and brings me old fashioned, then we'll order you a drink.
Can I just say something? The fact that Adams took so much offence, he knows he was rude.
No.
I
He
think
knows.
No, because
this
this
your
isn't the
manners
first,
are old-fashioned.
This isn't
He
the
was
first
rude.
time that it's happened. This isn't the first time that it's happened.
was good.
And she called me out on it. It's not like something that's never
Well,
happened
that's
before.
how it used to be, Adam. Times have changed now. We look after our family first.
So anyway, just to summarise, Adam is not always super duper happy.
Yeah.
Which is
No, I
fine,
am. I'm
which
just
is-
rude sometimes.
Which is fine. But our Ryan, by the way, can I just say something? Ryan is like a what's he called? He's such a hard nut to crack, right? So when you meet Ryan for the first time, people expect Ryan to be like me and Adam. Yeah, so when you meet me and Adam for the first time, we're
Why
like,
am I getting attacked here?
no, because so many people say this, which I find it weird. They meet Adam, they go, "Oh my god, your boy's got the best energy, best laugh." Meet me, I'm always like, I give anyone time of day straight away, right?
Yeah.
Ryan though, unless he knows you,
No, it took
Yeah.
me a good while.
it takes.
Oh.
You're not even anti-Kaz, are you?
You're not even.
You're not part of this family. You're Caroline. You're not anti-Caroline.
Yeah.
I
Is
mean,
that what he
I've
said?
been around since school. It was
I know, but I still didn't know if you let him in or not.
And only now is he.
I'm still not bloody sure.
Oh yeah, he didn't let you
Yeah.
in for a while, did he?
No.
Mate, I remember when you went out with Katie.
Oh yeah,
he
so
never gave her the time
so
of
I had
day.
a girlfriend for a
That's
year.
right, though. I got that right, didn't I?
I had a girlfriend for a year, and Ryan did not speak to my girlfriend for a year after one argument.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever spoke to her.
Never.
Um,
But what I will say is, explain, Ryan. So why are you such a
Okay.
hard cookie to crumble? Like,
well, that's not really what I was trying to say. Saying, have you ever lost it with someone? Now he's gone so deep on me that it's like, okay, I'm the godfather, you're not getting in. We'll go back to this one. Like,
Okay.
we know how hard these holidays are with kids. I mean, obviously, Adam doesn't. He just gets himself an old fashioned. He's okay. But I would never do that with my family.
loves
But I
it.
do understand where you're coming from. I did see the old fashioned on
Ryan,
the on the
honestly,
Instagram as well.
this is like
I
a
know.
perfect situation for Ryan. Ryan, anything negative against me, Ryan is the
Yes,
first one
baby,
to
come on.
out me. Because he
I
wants to get that
got you.
wooden spoon
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
You're
I love it.
so readable.
And trust me, if Lucy was here, we'd be here all day.
Oh, it's so funny.
No, so, we go down, like, you think these cruises are so lovely and it's great, but when you get off the cruise, it's like a military operation. Like, we've got like 4 prams, we've got like 5 bags, and they were on these big like open top buses thing where they take you around the Caribbean, and you're on with other people from the cruise, yeah. So everyone's dying to get off the island, and everyone's dying to get back off the on the ship at the end of the day. Well, people are waiting on our bus, yeah, and bearing in mind they've got kids as well, but we're all like sweating, rushing, trying to get these prams to fold into about 18 pieces, get all these, life jackets on that we've got for the kids, and there's inflatables everywhere. And
Oh, it sounds horrific.
it's horrendous. And me and Tommy are trying to get them all on. Anyway, halfway through, this lady, with her kids bearing in mind, goes, "We're getting off." And I looked at her, I've got like bags everywhere, and I get everything on, and I think, oh my God. So anyway, we're all...
Wait, why was she getting off? Because you were taking too long?
Because my kids were screaming. We were taking ages to get on the bus, and she wanted to get back on the ship, and she was like, been on there for ages. And I'm like, wow. So I just saw red, and I was like, got everything onto the bus, right?
hope she's not
And she
listening.
got off with all her family. But then I looked at the bus. There's about 5 buses all in a row together. And I looked at these buses, and she's on the one next to us, and she's still not moved. So I've got everything on, right? I've gone round to her bus. I've gone, we're getting off. And then I got on the bus, and we went before her and went, see ya, sucker. And the husband's trying to kick off in the background, just got off.
No.
And then we went for dinner the night before, and they're on the table next to us, and the husband is staring me out the whole time while I'm having dinner. And I looked at Tommy and said, Tommy, are you with me? Have we got this together? And he goes, you're on your own, mate. I was like, okay.
Oh, no,
So,
no,
yeah, I just couldn't help myself. I just went
You don't want to
round.
get on the wrong side of Ryan when he kicked off.
No,
Nah,
man.
do you know what? I have the odd kick off every now and then. Like, but it's only when I feel like someone's being a bully. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
If
yeah.
someone if someone feels like, because I've got this like nice energy, and I'm like, especially like when we're dead happy and everything else, it's like almost like they think that you're just a bit of a walkover or pushover.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's when you meet Jobsworth people like Karens.
Yes.
And they try and have one over on you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. When was the last time you kicked
I
off?
think there was a time when I was in the gym. And I was recording like
I was with you?
Yeah, working on this woman just like
Oh, is it a woman?
This-
It must have been another
this
time. you kicked off.
PT this PT woman just basically said we stopped filming or something like that. Like just
What, did you have about 18 tripods out while you were
No,
on the
I
Yeah,
wasn't
he was
one.
top off
no,
and
I
everything.
wasn't one of them. I'm not
Oh,
one of
you're
them.
not one of them.
No, not one of them. And it was just the way she spoke to me, and I just said, I didn't lose it. I just went, who are you speaking to?
Yeah.
And I think she was really shocked. And then anyway, long story short, I just kept seeing her over and over again in the gym. And then one day I thought, you know what? I'm going to be the big person. She was on the treadmill. I walked up to her and went, listen, I'm just really sorry about what happened. And I think she was like really taken back.
That you were so nice about.
Yeah,
it.
because, and I spoke to someone else about this, it's because I know she's been slagging me off for so long that even when I apologized, it just didn't mean anything. It was too much. She hated me too much.
the
what I mean?
damage was already done.
But it's just like, yeah, I think sometimes some people need to be told, man.
Nah, but this is the thing, right? I'm terrible at that.
But I want to get centered and not respond.
I can't respond. I'm so bad at it.
Really?
But yeah, but when I'm with Kaz, right, honestly, like there's times where I've been with you and like we've been in a bit of a kerfuffle with someone's given us shit. And I'm like,
What?
Kaz, go and have a word.
Do you have a word?
Mate, Kaz
You
gets
sent Kaz?
Kaz gets stuck rioting.
No
mate.
way. Go on, give us an
Takes a
example.
lot for me.
Hey,
I
she
don't
gets
even
stuck
know.
right. You don't give a shit. You.
No, lying.
Honestly, I'm behind and going, go on then. Come on. Come on then. That's my wife.
No, it takes a lot for me.
Nah.
But then
This
what happens
is
if she starts
mental.
messing with Caroline? Then don't you think you got to step in? Like,
Nah, I'm on the phone. I'm like, Kaz, you're on your own.
can I have another old fashioned?
yeah. Called me rude, did you?
What do you want, kids? Oops.
Wow, see, I didn't even know this about
Oh,
Caroline.
yeah, she's feisty, you know.
Really?
Really
How are you
feisty.
going to need to be, though?
Yeah, I think the last time you did it as well, there was a tournament. So Teddy plays football on a Sunday, and
Oh,
this
yeah,
big
this is
tournament, and it was the final for its team. We were all like hyped up for it. We all got
really?
all our friends and family down to watch him in this final, and we got there. And the coach hadn't put his name down on the list to play in the tournament.
Hadn't been registered with
He hadn't
the
been
FA.
registered with the FA.
The FA.
And it was his fault. And he said, unfortunately, Teddy can't play because I didn't put his name down. And I've gone, okay. Right, come on, Ted. And she's gone, not on my watch. And she's gone, sick, chased over to the guy. Mate, kicking off, mate. I was like, go on, baby.
Yeah, but that's the motherhood thing.
Yeah. But
like a
also, it should be
lioness.
I am
it should be
a
the...
walkover on me, but don't mess around with anyone around me.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right,
just
you
just
know.
don't be rude.
Yeah.
nice.
Don't be rude. That is one thing that we've learned from this podcast.
Yeah.
Is not to be rude.
Right.
And order us a drink as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kaz, you
can-
may
you can leave now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This
yeah,
is boy
yeah.
chat.
I just
Thank God
needed
for
that.
that.
I needed that.
Thank you,
to
Kaz.
get it
Brian
out.
needed
I
that.
think it's rude.
Yeah.
End of.
Nobody else
Yeah.
needed that. Thank you,
Oh,
baby.
thank you, Kaz.
Thank you so
Oh,
much,
dear.
darling.
Our first guest on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes, well done, baby.
Love that, Angel.
This
won't-
is,
she
this
won't-
is what's
Not
mint.
perfect after all.
This is what's mint about doing it at home. We can just call in the witnesses. The
I love it,
eyewitnesses.
yeah.
We should do the next episode
Yeah,
at
my
Ryan's.
house, yeah, so you can stitch me
Lucy!
right up.
Right, all right. So to be fair, this episode, we're going to be getting to know us even more. So I've got some questions, and this kind of leads on to it nicely. The first question is, who was the naughty brother growing up? And it's definitely between you two. 'Cause,
No.
like you two. I mean, it's got to be
I
Ryan.
don't really know how naughty you were because you never kept this sort of stuff from me.
All my
few
life, right?
times.
I was the golden child in school, right? I went to a private school. I studied so hard. I was meant to be the professor of the family. And then next minute, both of them leave school at 16. He gets into Coronation Street. He gets into Waterloo Road. Start making thousands of pounds. And I'm just sat here going, what the fuck? I was like, honestly, I was like,
Yeah,
how?
he's in his room still studying for his.
I was-
the good
uni
guy always
exams, and
finishes last,
I'm looking
baby.
outside the front of the Ranger going, "See you later, sucker!
I was
All for nothing."
I was on end of studying my ass
Yeah.
off, mate.
Yeah.
Straight A's, never touched a B in my life apart from
Yeah.
a bumblebee. And I get fucking left with two brothers who make loads of dough. We were just, I was
Yeah,
like,
but you know what? Now you got your own business, and you know it's paid
Yeah,
off.
you're laughing now.
You
no,
have
no,
it
it does.
paid off.
Listen, it does come around the
We
end.
taught you
Yeah.
thick skin, Scott.
No,
You had to wait a very long
talk
time
about,
though.
Talk about cars though, because one of the questions in here, what was like our first cars? And yours was a
Renault
Renault Megane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cabriolet.
Convertible.
We didn't pass our test till late. I didn't pass my driving test till I was 23. And my first car was a BMW 1 Series convertible. Again,
Yeah.
convertible, but it's a bit of a hairdresser's car now.
Now I remember when you picked me up in it though. It was sick,
Ah,
bro.
it
Back
was
then it was mint. I loved it.
Special moments. But talking of special moments, yeah, and I always remember this because it's such a special moment. Me and Adam, yeah, both lost our fridge on the same day. And do you remember
Not
what
heard that word for probably
I know
20
no one
years.
says it anymore. Do anyone
Fridge.
says Harvey, you're young. Do people still say fridge? Like when you're not, like when you've not had a kiss, when you first kissed, you've not had a kiss yet. Frigid, yeah.
Frigid.
Do you say frigid?
Nah.
Oh, these millennials.
All right, so me and Adam basically never had our first kiss. We're about 11 years old. And on the same day, these two girls man. Oh, I think we've told this story before. But it's such
We
a good
have
story.
told this story
It's
before.
such a good story, though.
I love it.
Like, it was the best day of our lives. And both never had our first kiss.
But yeah, I remember the first time that we both.
I turned around. I know where you are. You're at the bottom of the sea. I can see you now.
Yeah.
Mate, on your
Yeah,
first
yeah,
kiss.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, go on.
What
bless
were
him.
you watching?
I was like, it was so weird, man. But then remember, she rang me up 2 weeks later and dumped me because she said I was a shit kisser.
And he's never recovered
I've
off
been
it.
fucked ever since.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you look like that on Love Island as well. Like, you look
Yeah,
like
Love
you
Island
look like
was
you
a-
had a broom up your back or something like that.
What are you
Yeah.
Loosen up a little bit, bro.
I remember watching
Yeah,
that,
you need to-
thinking
it's
he
like
needs
neck
to-
didn't move.
Where-
yeah,
where-
He like
where-
stood still.
No,
like,
Is this
mate.
with India?
I don't know who it
robot.
was with,
And anyone
Right.
that you kiss.
but it was a really bad kiss.
No. Listen,
you
I am a
wouldn't-
fucking
So
good
stiff.
kisser. I am a
isn't
good
he?
kisser.
Come here then, let me see.
Right. Oh, listen, I even said when the kiss chance came, I'm going to win this. I know I'm a good kisser because I've learned from my mistakes.
I
yeah.
know. I've never heard
No, I did
anyone
it,
say, I
but-
know that I'm a good kisser.
No, I just know I am. I've never been called a bad kisser ever since that day.
Oh,
Nah,
Since Love
honestly,
Island.
I'm backing it. But at the same time,
Watch
you know
Love
what?
We need to
Island
get-
back,
we need to ask
Scott.
Tina. That's what
Watch
we need to
Love
do.
Island back and
Ask-
just
Get
watch
Tina
your
on the
kiss.
phone now. Get Tina on the phone now and ask her, am I a good kisser?
Yeah, but Love Island's fucked, yeah, because it's like you basically come out and you go, everyone goes, you can have a kiss tonight. It's almost like it's almost like a bit of not a chore, but you're like, it's just like a tick box exercise.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than a kiss, though. I love a good kiss.
Oh, mate, do you know what, though? I was on a date not long ago, and I lent in for a kiss. Oh, fucking hell, this is so embarrassing, man.
Nah.
So I'm on a sober date, yeah, which I don't, you know what I mean? Sober dates are difficult as they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm dating this girl, and it's going really well, and I'm thinking that it's on, yeah, it's on. Right, this is the second date.
What's her name?
In your eyes.
And I'm driving home, and I'm thinking, she wants me to kiss her. She wants me to kiss her. I'm like, oh, fuck it. So anyway, so I pulled up the car, and I lean in to kiss her, and she just says no. And I'm just like, nah.
No.
I went, nah.
There's no coming back off
I even
that,
said
is
to her, I
there?
went, nah. I said, what do you mean, no? It's just a kiss. She went, no.
What do you mean, no?
And I was like,
I love the fact you were debating it. What do you mean, no?
nah, I
How
couldn't.
can you not want to kiss me? Everyone
No,
wants to
because
kiss me.
I am so like careful. You know, you don't meet. I'm really good
Reading
at
the signals
I'm
and
really
stuff.
good at reading
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like, and I think you fucker, you've played me.
Yeah.
yeah.
But honestly, I was devastated.
But then I bet because she didn't want to kiss you,
Oh.
but then you wanted it
it
more.
was clever, mate.
Yeah.
It was like a spell, mate.
Yeah.
This same situation's happened to me. Like, and in the worst
What,
way
recently? What do you
It was
mean?
with Lucy.
Oh, it was with Lucy. Thank
So-
God for that.
So for the record, so me and Lucy, we met on Bear Grylls, the island. And before we go onto the island, we are in Panama, like the night before, and we all go out for dinner, the whole cast and the producers. Anyway, like everyone left, and Lucy was like I got a limoncello, and she was like, yeah, I'm going to stay. So I'm like, wait a minute, everyone's gone home. You want to stay here with me? I was like, it's game on.
Yeah.
So me and her, just like we're on a date, mate.
This is the problem with guys, yeah. Any sort of affectionate from women or anything like
Nah,
that.
Stay with a guy on your own,
that's
it's
a
like it's on.
signal,
We're going,
man.
oh my God, we're in.
Yeah.
Like.
No, that is
Isn't it?
Of course, man.
It is.
What,
So-
limoncello? Go on.
Listen, there was a few of them, mate, let me tell you. So whatever I was thinking, it was happening. Anyway, so we're having a dance, we're on the dance floor, and we were just me and her on our own, and I'm thinking, okay. So we get back to the apartments we're all staying in. We're all in our own separate rooms, and we go up in the lift together. So by this point, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, we're both very tipsy. And I remember it clearly. Like, we're facing each other, and there's a mirror behind. I'm looking at myself thinking, I look all right here. So I've gone in, and she just swooped out the way, mate. And my head just gone straight into this mirror, right? And I'm like, I'm not being funny, but that's never happened to me before. Like, it was one of the and I remember going back to my hotel room, thinking, "Oh my God, I've got to go and be on this deserted island with her now
Oh,
for
so
a
this
month."
was before you even went in there.
Before, and I'm just embarrassed, and I've got to see her the next day.
Can I just say something? When you're pissed, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah,
imagine
no,
when
but-
you're sober. That used to happen
must
to me
have
when I was
been-
pissed all the time. I didn't give
Yeah,
a
no,
fuck.
it really hurt me. And I went back to her and thought, I can't. I'm so embarrassed seeing her in the morning. And I was like, I didn't even speak to her the next day. And then I was like, and then Bear Grylls drops us off in this like swamp, and I'm like, couldn't be any like near to how I'm feeling right now. Right? And I'm looking back to see she's there, and she's giving me nothing. Anyway, we've got to lie down for the first time, and we've got to sleep in this jungle, and all you can hear is crabs And I don't know what the noise was. Apparently it was crabs, but it felt like spiders and everything. The whole of the ground was just moving. And we just said we have to sleep there for the night because we couldn't see where we were going. Anyway, she goes, do you mind if I sleep next to you tonight? And I went, here we go.
I mean, it sounds like she's
First
leaving you on
night.
it.
And I thought, I'm in here.
Why did she not kiss you?
Do you know? And I realised now why she actually fell in love with me, because she had no one else to turn to for a whole month, and I could put the biggest shift of my life in. So when she got off the island, she's seen a totally different me. I picked her up in my brother's car, and then the second day I picked her up in my dad's van.
Oh yeah.
She thought it was my car.
Isn't it mad that you and Lucy fell in love when you both had the stinkiest breath? You were filthy.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
we
I
only
mean.
had one
Like,
kiss
you-
the whole
you
time
saw
we were there.
each
and
other
we
at
had
their worst.
pineapple. So one day we found this pineapple, and it was the only time we had a kiss.
You've only had one kiss this year, haven't you?
No, that's
Did she
Is
ever
the pineapple
wait,
like another word for something else?
no. I didn't.
Did she ever explain to you? Did she ever explain to you why she didn't kiss you that day? Why she didn't?
Because she knew, she basically didn't want to do the show, is because she said I've been chasing her for years, and she was like, I don't want to do it because Ryan's just going to be all over me, which she was not wrong. So to sort of put a bigger picture on it, she did the first campaign for PLT, and I was chasing her. Then I asked Uma, who owns the company, I said, can you get a number for me? And she said no. So then I DM'd her saying, would you go for a milkshake? And she didn't even reply
Quite a bit
to
of a
it.
pest, aren't you?
Yeah, fully pestered her for like 3 years.
I feel like pesting
then-
works, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like-
Clearly.
I can't be-
Persistence.
maybe that's where I'm going wrong, because I couldn't think of anything worse than pesting on a girl.
Yeah.
But then it seems to work. Like one of my mates,
Bit cringy.
One of my mates wanted to get with one of my team actually. And I would never usually like recommend it unless I felt they were a good fit. But then she was like, no, he's too short. And I was like, wow, that's just like, I don't know why. I told him, I went, bro, it's game over. You're just too short.
Oh my
And
God.
the guy didn't quit. And then he ended up like being so persistent that they ended up having a really good thing.
No.
I was like, wow, how have you gone from being too short?
Yeah,
And I was like,
Because he backed himself.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
backed himself. That's what
It made him
then
want it.
also-
It made him want it more as well. Like,
Yeah.
even though Lucy not wanting me, I was like, right, I'm gonna.
The
go
fight's
in
on.
this
Yeah,
now.
but
This is
then,
it.
Yeah.
in the wellness world, it's like if you don't see my value, like immediately, it's like, do you know what I mean?
That's what if you don't see my
oh
value.
my god, is that where you're going with
I think
this?
that's where he's
Nah.
going wrong, you know.
Yeah,
That's where you're going
I'm
wrong,
just-
bro.
No, but it's like
You're expecting people to fall in love with you
Yeah.
straight away.
yeah, but
because
if
you're,
a girl chases me though, I'm a bit like, oh no.
you're put off by it.
Yeah, but are you not? If someone's
Nah.
is it not like the law of attraction?
It depends. Like,
I don't listen.
We
By the way,
cannot-
I don't know what the answer is. I'm just asking because I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm
No, I get
curious.
it. I
Because
get
really,
it.
this pet is still real.
this
He
pest.
won in the end. Do you know what I mean?
And now I can't. No, sorry.
now I can't get rid of her.
no.
Say it, Ryan.
No. And now I can't get rid of her.
One of our first questions here is, what was one of our first jobs? And I remember, there's a couple of stories here. Adam, you worked in Greg's, I swear, work
No, you
experience.
didn't.
Work experience, you worked in
Yeah, I
Greg's.
worked at Greg's.
No,
He
you
was-
didn't.
he had the hat on.
I have never known that. No,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah, he
Of course I
did.
worked at Greg's.
You loved it
It was
there.
the best work
You loved it,
experience
didn't
of
you?
my life, mate.
Well, I know you very well. There's no way you've worked at
I worked
Greg's.
at I had the hair not on
Prove
everything.
it then. Where's the picture? I'm
They
not having
did.
it.
You loved it. You used to make sausage rolls.
Sausage
not having
rolls, the
this.
whole lot, mate. Got to make all the pasties.
No way. I am not having this. I want pictures. I want proof. I'm not
Mate,
having
I'm
it.
sure
I
you
still think
came
you're
in and I
lying.
served you.
Nah, there's no way. Bro,
Honestly.
I've never heard that story. I think
No,
you made
I
that up for
did.
the podcast.
I worked.
You made that up. You went, how can we get
Oh
good
yeah, by
content?
the way,
Oh,
we
made
are
that up.
sponsored by Greg's, by the way.
No, you're absolutely
And
right.
Ryan worked at JD.
Yeah, JD Sports.
JD Sports
JD
for
Sports
Trafford
Tyler,
Centre.
yeah.
Where did I work? I used to
What was
work
your
at. I
first
used to
ever
work
job?
on a few bars. Believe it or not, shock. I worked at there's like like the giraffe restaurant, at the airport now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked basically what that used to be. It used to be called like Lancaster Brasserie.
No.
And I had this-
remember back in the day, everyone used to work at the airport, didn't they?
Yeah, everyone used to work at the airport. They paid well there, and I had this boss. He was a right dickhead. And he basically he knew who our Ryan was, because basically we used to get judged back in the day. If anyone ever knew who our brother was, Ryan, this is mad, you know, like growing up. Honestly, if anyone knew that our brother was Jason Corbett, it changed everything.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. So this boss was like, basically, like, don't think you're anyone better than anyone else in there, just because your brother's on TV and all that. But then on the flip side, wherever we went to like a party, or this is mad, yeah. If we went to a party or anything growing up, like, and we used to remember 13, 14.
Yeah.
Like, even like the wrongans or like people who were hard to get in with, like, as soon as they knew we were your brother, we were like, everyone looked at us different. We were like accepted.
But also that can backfire. Like in school, I got bullied because I was your brother.
Yeah.
like bullied from day dot.
No, wait a second.
Like-
on the first day, no, this is true. On the first day of your new school, Adam, you walked round, apparently, everyone said that, and I've had multiple people telling me this going, but you were walking around going, basically, I'm Jason's brother.
Yeah, but
And-
still, there was no reason to bash my head against a wall. All
It's
right.
all making sense now. You deserve it. Yeah, he did. Just I'm really interested to know, going back to this Greg story, like,
Go on.
Can we just ask though, like, what is your favourite pasty? Because mine's the beans sausage.
Beans and sausage pasty.
Oh my god!
All day, every day,
It's
mate.
a game changer.
Mate,
Like-
there's no better pasty out there.
It's unbelievable.
Have you tried the vegan sausage rolls yet?
No.
Have you not tried
The
them?
vegan sausage roll?
Yeah, it's vegan-
Over bacon, beans, and cheese?
No.
Get to grips, mate.
Oh,
No.
mate, do you know what? I'm actually scarred from eating Greg's because remember I had Food Thoughts, my nutrition business.
Oh, yeah.
One time, I think I had a bit of a hangover. This was when I was still drinking a little bit as well. And I was having a Greg's outside, and this guy drove past and went, "Hey, it's not on your plan, that is it?"
Brilliant. PTSD can't go near a
I
sausage
was
roll.
like, for fuck's sake, the one time I got to Greg's.
Yeah. It's a bit like the story when you came out of Love Island as well. This was the best one.
What?
This goes down in history, this.
What happened?
So he's just come out of Love Island. You know, Scarlett's missed her Uncle Scott, and they have a night together, like, you know, they have a little sleepover, a pair of them.
mate.
And Scarlett said, "Can we have a Domino's?" And obviously Scott doesn't have Domino's, and Scarlett's had a full-on Domino's. She's had the cookies, she's had the boxes, everything. Anyway, don't know how, it didn't even happen these days. A paparazzi was outside Scott's house, and these pizza boxes were all scattered all over the floor. And the first picture of our Scott was him in his dressing gown, a pair of little white socks, and his hair was everywhere. He couldn't have looked any worse. And he's picking up Dominoes off the floor.
Yeah, it
know,
was
you
a
know
bad
that-
one.
So add insult to injury. Like the next day, I was going to make my big comeback into Manchester in a nice outfit with a social PR team. Everything else. I was going to look the bollocks. I've been hiding, yeah. Thought, right, my first pap shot back, right. I'm going to
Please
look.
show these pictures if
I'm
you
going to
can.
look like the fucking man. And literally, I let Scarlett stay at mine. And she said, I get a Domino's. I came in the next morning. It was all over the place. So I thought, right. And I had a little lie in. I had my dressing. I did look like I was like, honestly, I looked like I dragged through a bush. And I brought this Domino's out. And honestly, it couldn't have been any worse.
But even there's a TikTok out there, right? And it went viral. And it was just Scott, load of pictures of Scott, like looking at this Domino's on the floor, like it looked like a homeless person. And then you got in the background, where is it? It's gone. Hold on. Get it up again. In the background, it's got there's this laughing voice is going.
Yeah. Right. I
And it
rang
went
him, but he was
everywhere.
not
I
happy
mean,
about it. I was like, you got to see the funny side to it. He went, no,
No.
nothing funny about this.
Can I say that me and you, Adam, we had the best night ever? I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the Danny Dyer night.
The Danny Dyer night.
Do you remember, Adam, when I booked Danny Dyer to do a PA at my night? Yeah, we paid him $5,000. This is years
I don't know
ago.
if Adam was there, was
Yeah,
he?
he was.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
there.
he was there.
Was you?
No, it was the best night of my life.
I don't remember this night.
We paid,
what? I was there.
paid Danny Dyer $5,000 to come and do a nightclub appearance. This is when he was like, obviously, in the not in the best place of his career.
Yeah.
And we did it at Visa Wilms though, and then he had a hotel room.
Right.
Me and you went back, and we just basically partied with Danny Dyer, mate, to the early hours of the morning. To the point where he was doing impressions from the film The Business. He goes, "You ginger," you know what I mean? He's doing all the impressions from the business, the film, and it was like my favorite film of all time. And then at the end of it, we're all just hugging.
I
and he
have
was
no
like,
recollection of this
you don't remember?
whatsoever.
It was a very, very good night.
Wow.
Oh
that
my
was mad.
god, it was the best
I
night
just
ever.
feel like he just is who he is, and he's never changed. I feel like he's just true to himself, and I feel like that's why
Yeah.
people love him so
the
much.
thing is though, it's mad if we
He's
said.
a proper
I've never met him, but I feel
geezer.
like he's a nice guy.
But you know what
Yeah.
do you know what I think's amazing about these nights out that we used to have is like you can spend 24 hours with someone and you can think you are their best friend and you see them the next day
And
it's like you don't know. Danny Dyer won't have a clue who I am. Now.
No, not a Scooby-Doo. You clearly know who he is, though.
Do you know what I mean? But the amount of times I used to be like in the middle of town after a night out, someone comes to go, "Mad bastard, you last night," and I'd be like, I have no clue.
I do that all the time, and I have to. Because they're over familiar with me. I have to be over familiar with them. I'm like, yeah. And sometimes I'm with Teddy, and I'll walk away, and Teddy will go, "Who's that?" Dad, I've got no fucking idea. Not a Scooby-Doo, but they're just so happy to see me, and I'm like, okay, well, if you're happy to see me, I'm gonna be happy to see you.
What about there was the night when
And one of the best nights of my life. I mean, this might be
I know which one it's gonna be.
what?
Chris Brown.
Yeah, Chris Brown.
you went back to Chris Brown's house.
I went back.
What went down?
Nothing went down. No, it wasn't one of those parties.
You always think about Chris Brown, like.
No, but he took us into his studio and he was literally making a song in front of us.
Right.
And like,
What's the house like?
the house was he was like giving us the
big?
grand tour, and because he's an artist as well, and what Chris Brown does is he like paints on his house. And
Wait a second, how did you even know Chris Brown?
We're quite tight, actually. We did an album together, and no, it's through a friend
Is
of
it
a
a
friend.
big house? Is it a big house?
It's a
through
big
Umar's
house. It's through
contact,
Umar.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Umar invited
Umar
us.
from Pretty Little Thing.
Yeah,
He's introduced us
basically.
to so many amazing
Tacky,
people.
Don't drop that name.
He's
No,
gonna
it's
be
not about him,
fuming.
this.
Give him some credit.
No, don't give any credit.
But yeah, I was in the studio with Chris Brown, and he's smoking a blunt, and
Did someone say to Chris Brown on the way there? Didn't he say, is there going to be any girls there? And he looked at him and went, bro, I'm fucking Chris Brown.
yeah, that was it. Yeah, he went, I'm Chris Brown. What do you think? Anyway, so yeah, just being in the studio and watching him at work, and actually even after he was playing us the song back, he was like asking us like, what do we think? And I was like, what do I think? I was like, what are you asking me for? You Chris Brown? But he was like proper tuned in and like intrigued about what we thought of his music and that, mate. It was incredible.
No
incredible experience.
Oh, I'm so jealous. And the thing is,
and on the way to the party, we were playing Chris Brown. I was like, when we got there, I was like, turn it off, boys, turn it off.
the maddest thing is though, after that night, Chris Brown ended up following me.
Oh, yeah, that was
And
it.
he
Does
followed.
he still follow you?
Chris Brown followed me for about 4 years. Yeah, he must have thought I was Adam. I don't even
Yeah,
know why.
'cause we were tight.
It was the best party trick. I'd always say, "Oh yeah." Honestly, I don't even know why.
So has he unfollowed you now?
No, he unfollowed everyone.
Oh, okay.
But for 4
So
years,
he
I could always just show that Chris Brown followed me. And then I met obviously French Montana. Do you remember I met French Montana at one of Umar's parties?
Yeah,
he follows you.
What?
Didn't he
my
follow
French
you?
Montana still follows me. I
Does
think.
he?
And basically, I was so fucked and I started rapping. And he was like buzzing off me. He was like, "Yeah, this is a banger." And so I went, and he started filming me.
Yeah.
So I grabbed French Montana's phone off him and give me your phone here. This is what I was like. I started going, "Hip was all the dream. I used to read word up." And I started literally like did 6 stories. And I said,
he
to him,
posted them all, didn't he?
I said, "Can I tag myself?" He went, "Yeah, do it." I'm on French Montana's phone, man. I'm in the first night in LA. I just literally tagged myself in 6 stories and they've just gone out. And I'm rapping on French Montana. And from that day, he still follows me.
So basically, you've done a song with French Montana.
Basically, yeah. The highlight. But there is also another famous person. Have I told the story before? The Kendall Jenner story.
Oh, this is a belting story.
The
This is a
Kendall
good
Jenner
one.
story.
This is a good
we
one.
Go on, tell everyone.
Sorry, let me-
Kendall Jenner, man.
Let me
I like
finish.
this.
Another Pretty Little Thing party in New York, and I've come back and I'm like, everybody's going back home. I'm still fucked, and we're staying at this amazing hotel where everybody stays. And you come down in the morning, you've got Kim Kardashian in the corner, you've got Jaden Smith over there, you've got like ASAP Rocky sat there. It's madness, right? So I thought if I go back to the hotel, even though like there's not a party there, someone will come back, something will happen. So I went back and I'm sat in the reception, and
This
there's
is your
this-
drinking day as well, wasn't
yeah. And then there's a group of gay guys over here, and they're like, "Oh my God, come over here, man!" Because in New York, when I'm dressed like this, mate, like they love it. The British look. I
Yeah.
look so British.
Yeah, yeah.
They-
Preppy.
yeah, preppy, mate. They love
prep
it.
boy
They're
look.
like, "Come over here. Oh my God, you're so good looking." I was like, "I know, man, chill." I was like,
I know, man, chill.
I was like, "Relax, man." And then they've got this dog, yeah. They've got this dog, this little French bulldog, and it's running around. Anyway, next minute, I see the corner of my eye. Kendall Jenner walks in with her entourage. There's about 4 of them, and they sit down, and then the dog runs over. So I'm pissed, and I'm like, so I go over and I pretend the dog's mine. So I'm like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about my dog, man. I'm so sorry." And she's looking at me smiling, and I'm like, "Shit, man, this could be on this." And then I'm like, and I'm thinking, I've got my social PR head on. I'm like, if I can get this picture. This is the picture that my team will be buzzing with, everyone will be buzzing with. I mean, I've been backstage with Chris Brown and all that, but this is the one where, do you know what I mean? So I thought, right, fuck it. So I said the cheesiest line ever. Went, "Can you make me the coolest guy in Manchester? And can I have a picture?" And she gets up and she's like, yeah. And she's about to, and this guy turns around to her and goes, and to me and goes, "In here, man, in here." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "In here, really, in here?" And then she sat back down and I was like, "What?" And I didn't really get it. And then obviously I spoke to Umar the next day and he was like, "Bro, you don't ask for pictures in this hotel. This hotel is like, that's why everyone stays here." It's like an unwritten rule.
Yeah.
So anyway, the next day I've gone to the gym. And I've come back from the gym and I see her. She's sat nowhere. This is no bullshit, yeah? She's sat in the corner having breakfast with her family. Yeah, they're Kardashians. And I'm going into the gym. And as I'm getting in the gym, yeah, the fucking elevator door is about to close. It's like some other film. And she steps in.
Nah, you're lying, dude.
On the road, just you and her.
I swear to God, it's
You're
me,
lying to me, bro.
It's me and Kendall Jenner in this lift on our own, yeah, nowhere ever like. And I'm sat there, it's like elevator music's playing, it's a bit quiet for them. I'm like, oh shit, so say something,
Yeah. But he's sober at this point.
Were you sober?
Yeah, I'm
He's
sober,
sober
no
now.
chat.
Oh, no chat.
Yeah,
no
dying.
chat.
She's
dead
like, where's
vibes.
Scotty Special gone?
Yeah, where's he gone now?
She's expecting the cocky bollocks and all that. And I'm just like, And I just went, I'm so sorry about last night, man. And she went, don't worry, man. We were all fucked up, man. It was funny, man. This and that. She was so lovely.
No.
And then she just got out of there for.
Oh, you should have got
I
the
just
picture
watched
then.
my opportunity for.
Oh my God! Imagine he chased after her though. That's literally like that sliding doors moment.
I don't believe
what
unless
could
you
have
got the picture,
happened.
because it's a lie.
There's no way.
She got out on her floor basically. She wanted you to go.
What are the chances of her getting in that lift with me next day, just me and her on her own? And she was sat down over there. I was like, nah, she followed me into that lift.
Do you actually think she followed
Kendall,
you
if you're watching this, there's still time. There's still time.
No way.
But yeah, that's one of my.
That is a mad story though. I love that. Kendall Jenner.
Yeah.
God,
Jenner,
no
man.
way.
Could have been a better ending, but
I know.
A happy ending.
I think that's the thing though. When you don't drink, the endings aren't as exciting anymore.
Yeah, it's nowhere to go.
they're not as spicy, man.
I'll have a drink then.
Nah, it's no good for me.
Random one now coming to me. I think it was at the TV Awards or something. I don't know how it happened, but I ended up in a car with JLS and James Corden,
Oh.
and it was one of them, Mercedes things.
Yeah.
And this is before like
Rihanna's.
the karaoke, carpool karaoke. James Corden was so good. He was just freestyling with JLS in the car.
No.
It was the most entertaining car journey of my entire life.
So this is before you did the
way
show?
before all that.
No
This
way.
was back in the day. But it all made sense. Like, he knows the words to everything.
Yeah, I always think that.
He
How
knows
does he know all the
he's
lyrics
so,
for every song?
so quick, and he was doing the JLS were harmonizing while he was doing a rap over the top of it, and it was just next level.
Was he a nice guy, James Corden? 'Cause
Really
he's
lovely
got
guy.
a bad rep though.
I feel
like-
like he gets a bit of stick, James Corden.
You only see what you see, and I just think he was a lovely guy.
Yeah, I think he's a nice guy.
Yeah, lovely guy.
All right. So leading on to big names and everything else, who is your celebrity crush? Like who's like? We've had this question before. We didn't really have a good
crush.
answer. Ryan, you did actually. You had is it Ronaldo's? No.
It wasn't
Who did you see last time? Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
odd one. That.
No, the model. What's her
Bradley
name?
Cooper's ex.
Arena Shake or something like that.
You'd like her.
Yeah, she's
Do
decent.
you know who I love at the moment?
Oh.
My celebrity.
At the moment?
Yeah, at the moment, because she's just pretty much come onto the scene. I feel. My
won't know
celebrity
them.
crush
We
right
won't
now
know.
is
Sabrina.
no Sabrina. Who?
Carpenter.
Teenage Witch.
No, Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter. No.
Who's that now?
Sydney Sweeney.
Who's that?
Sydney Sweeney.
Claire Sweeney.
No. Do you not know who Sydney Sweeney?
No,
is?
Sydney Sweeney. Can I get a picture, please?
What do you mean? How can you not know who
Sydney
she
Sweeney,
is?
have a look.
Oh, the phone's gone off. Yeah, I think she's stunning.
Go on.
She's been in White Lotus. She's done like loads of different films. I can't believe you don't know who she is.
The only celebrity.
Show Ryan the picture and I bet he knows who
I
she
don't
is.
really have celebrity crushes anymore. It's weird. I don't want
it's gone off again.
But the only celebrity crush I've ever had, and I remember this like vividly, is like Cheryl Cole back in the day.
Cheryl Cole.
Like, I was
yeah.
just like Cheryl Cole. I just remember going, "You are so fit."
Yeah, Cheryl Cole was fit back in the day, wasn't
Cheryl
she?
Cole, man. Let's go to some listener questions now.
Okay, let's start with some questions. When is Ryan going to marry Lucy?
Ooh.
Wow, I just come here for a nice chat, guys. Like, it's not the
Go on,
spotlight.
I mean, come on, man. It's
When
been
is it
long
gonna
enough,
happen?
bro.
How long have you been engaged for? Oh my god, it's been like 6 years.
It's been a long time.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's been like 5, 6 years.
I don't.
Nah, it's
do
been longer than that, bro.
Longer.
How long you been with Lucy?
Nearly 9 years.
Yeah, but they haven't.
9?
Yeah, but they've been engaged.
Oh, engaged. Okay.
Don't-
We were
that-
engaged before Roman, was it? Yeah, just before. Well, we got engaged the same time we had Roman. So it was 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
yeah. But you know what, though? We keep having kids. So that was
Oh,
like
so you're
putting the
using your
stoppers on
kids
it.
as an excuse
Yeah,
now?
and OK Magazine deals aren't around.
That's it. That's it. Now we got down to the nitty
Because
gritty.
I was like, look, like, do you want a wedding or do you want an extension? It's up to you. Like, and these are things you got to think about. Because if it's me, you have to have a big wedding. But now I'm the other way. Like, I said to it, look, and this is very unlike me. I'm like, should we just have family there?
Yeah.
And she's like, no chance.
Does she want a big wedding?
I was
yeah.
like, well, you've only got like, 6 friends, so you can just have them all there. But, I've got the guy next door, the guy down the road. I'll be inviting the postman to my wedding.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
there's no way that it can't be. It's either all or none.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I've
it's
been
a
thinking
bit
about
of a
this. I've been thinking about
difficult situation.
I've been thinking about this recently. Like, if I got married, I actually think I'd like it probably somewhere really abroad, but like less people, but just really nice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the point in these big weddings?
In,
do
the
all,
big wedding
do all
was-
women
yeah.
want big weddings? Is that like no? Oh, really?
Nah.
Yeah,
And
listen,
you know
I'm
what?
not-
I didn't necessarily really want to get married. To be honest with you, because I just thought I don't need a piece of paper to tell me that I'm in love with this girl. Like I don't need it. But then, honestly, the wedding day, my wedding day, is and was the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Because again, you're celebrating your love with your partner, and all your friends and all your family are all in the same room, and they're all there for you.
Yeah, it did help that it was at Gary Barlow's house.
Yeah, and I got paid for it.
Yeah, you did.
That did help.
Oh, I remember that. Caroline's dance. Caroline did like a choreography.
It was
Yeah.
like, have you seen the film Meet Joe Black? That it was like that wedding.
Yeah, and also I had Callum Scott, who's now
Oh.
blown up, and he sang our wedding song, didn't he? So
missed
that
that
was
bit.
just. Did you?
Yeah.
On the corner.
Yeah, that's the
What
word.
is it?
Something like that, mate.
Yeah, listen, you don't have to be religious, but I feel like for me, it's more about just making sure that you give like Lucy that fairy tale wedding that she
Yeah.
wants. And
So when's it happening then?
do you know what? I don't want to say because I'm in trouble. So
Anytime soon.
it's an open book, but it would like I would like it to
Well,
be.
it needs to
sometime.
happen very soon because.
But then again, we want to move house again, and it's like these all things that come into it make you stop.
I know,
and-
but I'm waiting on you to get married.
so we can have a stag do.
No, because we're renewing our
Oh.
wedding vows. 10
Right.
years.
Yeah, and then you're gonna.
So you don't want us
You're gonna
to
highlight the fact that it's 10 years and
Well,
I'm
this
still
is
not
what I
married.
mean.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit awkward
Well,
for
just
you
don't do it then, bro.
if we're renewing our wedding
Just
vows.
don't do it. I'll give you the green light when you can do that.
No,
again,
I'm
yeah?
waiting on 10 years.
I'll tell you when you'll do it.
You've got 3 more years left.
Right. Okay.
Will you do it within
this,
3
this
years?
conversation's to be continued, but it's happening soon.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Okay, next question.
Are we invited? Are we going to be best man, by the way?
Well, you know what is good about you two being the best man? It eradicates a problem of picking out one of your friends.
Well, you say that because
Yeah.
I chose you two as my best man,
Yeah.
and my mates got pissed off.
Well, you can't get pissed off, can they? Right. Another episode of the Thomas Bros.
No, it's
Oh,
not
it's
the
not
Thomas
Thomas
Bros.
Bros.
It's
What is
At home with the
At home,
Thomas.
okay.
How
At
do you
home
not
with
know
Oh,
your
I
own
know.
name?
We'll
and
get
your-
there eventually.
We're gonna
At
get
home
there.
with the Thomas,
Thomas
Bros.
family.
No, is it Thomas family?
I'm joking.
Is it?
my
Thomas
God.
Okay,
Bros.
at home with the Thomas Bros.
There we
yes.
go.
And we are at home, and we're doing a bit of a, getting to know each other. We just found out that Adam works at Greg's, which is the most random.
doesn't
thing I've
still
ever
work
heard in my
at
life.
That would be a
That'd be
shock,
weird.
wouldn't it?
Yeah. Was you the weekend? I'll just do a bit
I
of
can't believe I
part-time.
didn't know that about Adam. The most random thing.
And
We
we
got
fa-
Caroline in.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Our star
First guest on
Hey?
the podcast.
Just don't let Lucy walk through that door.
I can't wait
Oh,
for
I
that
can't
one.
wait for Lucy to get on here.
Oh, my whole life's over.
And my mum as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, mum will love it.
And we can talk to Lucy about when you're getting married because we didn't get any.
I don't know
answers
why
from her.
that came up in conversation. Like, that's put me on the spot even more
Yeah,
than
it's made me
needed
think
to be.
about it. as
Maybe
well.
we could do like an episode at the wedding.
Yeah, why don't we just do the podcast and we get married here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that's not a bad shout. We
cool.
could do that.
Well,
I'm up for
listen,
that. How
thank you
much?
all to the amazing listeners for your questions as well. We're going to be answering some more of your questions next week. Thank you for another amazing episode of At
Home with the
Bros.
Thomas Bros.
Oh,
Yes,
my days,
we're
still
getting
can't
there.
get
Got
it.
that?
It'll
We'll be-
take a few more episodes to get that right.
We'll be back next week, guys. Thank you so much.
Will we?
See you later. Woo!